Bants and Bants. Bants and Bants.
All systems go.
Bants and Bants.
Defiance.
Bants and Bants.
This rebel has a cause.
Bombs and Bants.
We begin as wanderers, and we are wanderers still.
Welcome, everyone, to the 45th live edition of Bombs and Bants and Wednesday Rants. As always, I'm your dedicated and humble host, John Wilder, coming to you from an undisclosed location hidden deep beneath the surface of the earth. With me, as always, is Mark.
Howdy.
And the missus.
Just sitting over here keeping my mouth shut. It's the best way for me to stay out of trouble.
Yeah, that probably is the best way. How has the week been, Mark?
Not bad.
Did you get some time off for this Labor Day?
I did. I did have some time off.
Do you anything fun?
Played games. Had some relatives over, so big family stuff. So,
any good games or just like Monopoly?
Oh no, gosh, no! I hate Monopoly.
Everyone hates Monopoly.
What was it called? It was something weird. Unbalanced unicorns or something. It was
Unstable unicorns. And the reason I know this, Mark, is that I have that game sitting right here on my computer desk as we speak.
Oh, awesome! Yeah, it was. We hadn't played it before. That was a lot of fun.
Unstable unicorns. Okay. Well, that's one I haven't heard. Any very short description you can give to the game?
Yeah. So the goal of the game is you have to collect 7 unicorns in what they call your stable, but it's basically the area where you play your cards. And you start off with 1 unicorn, a baby unicorn, so you're already 1 down. And then the object of the game is to kill and otherwise screw over the other players to prevent them from getting 7 unicorns before you do.
Do you get to kill the unicorns? I mean,
oh yeah, there's unicorn poison and some other cards you can get and play.
Oh really? Do they taste good?
Oh, I don't know. You just send them into the discard pile, unless it's the baby unicorn that you kill, and then it goes back into a nursery pile.
Ah, okay. Well, now we have that explanation. And what would you say was your favorite game this weekend, Mrs.?
My favorite game this weekend was sleeping, which I did a lot of.
And my favorite was sitting in the hot tub with a cigar, which is always pleasant. All right, shall we get to it?
No time like the present.
Story number 1.
Gaze into the future.
Story number 1. Maryland Democrat Jamie Raskin and his hair were on Face the Nation this week to explain how Republicans are all terrible and fascist and stuff, while the Democrats just want freedom and democracy and rainbows and, yes, living unicorns. There's
it's interesting that he
Jamie
invokes
Raskin
Stalinism
himself.
when all of the Stalinists are on Donald Trump's side, like Vladimir Putin, the former head of the KGB, who said that the collapse of the Soviet Union was the greatest catastrophe of the 20th century, or the dictator of North Korea, who Donald Trump writes love letters to. The Stalinists are on their side, and they should keep them on that side of the aisle, because our side is fighting for democracy in America.
Yes. The Democrats are altruistic and just want the best for people.
Strange. I still don't remember seeing the word democracy in the whole Constitution, but I'm sure Maryland Democrat Jamie Raskin also can give 2 hallmarks of what a fascist party are.
2 of the hallmarks of a fascist political party are, 1, they don't accept the results of elections that don't go their way, and 2, they embrace political violence. And I think that's why President Biden was right to sound the alarm this week about these continuing attacks on our constitutional order from the outside by Donald Trump and his movement.
He's talking about Donald Trump's movements.
Yes, and just making it clear too.
I'm sorry, I'm 12.
But let's just make this clear. This was Jamie Raskin talking about this, Google censors, not us. So let's jump in the Wayback Machine and travel back to a joint session of Congress.
We need the Wayback music. There we go.
Held on January 7th, 2017, during which the electoral votes from the 2016 presidential election were being tallied. As Vice President, Joseph R. Can't screw this up enough, Biden was presiding, and let's cut to the tape.
What purpose is member right?
I have an objection because 10 of the 29 electoral votes cast by Florida were cast by electors not lawfully certified because they violated Florida's prohibition against dual office holding.
Debate is out of order. Section 15 and 17 of the Title III of the United States Code require that any objection be presented in writing, signed by both members of the House of both a member of the House of Representatives and a senator. Is the objection in writing and signed not only by the member of the House of Representatives, but also by a senator?
It is in writing, Mr. President.
Is it signed by a senator?
Not as of yes, Mr. President.
In that case, the objection cannot be.
Is it signed? Well, no, but.
That's enough about Mr. Raskin.
No, because we still have to look at his hair, because we have to take the opportunity, again, to make fun of Jamie Raskin's hair. What the hell is going on with the back of his hair?
I believe it might be an alien living on his head.
If it was, that would at least make more sense.
Yes.
I think it's that really, you know how you get the really thin, fine hair on your neck sometimes? I think he's just let it grow out like 4 or 5 inches.
Or it could be liar hair on fire.
Oh, that could be it.
One comment though I want to make. I mean, I think I'm sure most of our listeners have already figured this out, but for those that haven't, I just want to clarify that when the Democrats talk about democracy, what they really mean is getting rid of the Electoral College or anything that would allow the franchise to rural voters.
Yep. Elections forever decided in the most corrupt and large cities in the country. But,
I think it's time for us just to scrap all of this and vote the way we vote in American Idol. Just get on the phone and dial, and that's how we'll determine it.
I think it'll much more.
Anything else would just be not fair.
It'll be much more likely to be the way that they vote in Somalia. But anyway, let's go with a commercial for a brand new perfume.
Who has the smell that he can really tell?
Come on, man.
Who has the style he can't remember for a while?
Come on, man.
Whether it's hiding in the basement,
Come on, man.
or forgetting to wear his Depends.
Come on, man.
Come On Man is the scent for a politician on the go.
Come on, man.
Or a politician who forgets he had to go.
Come on, man.
Designed to obscure that old man politician smell that only decades of corruption and dementia can create.
Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man.
Come On Man is the scent. Whether you're strong-arming Ukrainians for political favors,
Come on, man.
or getting your cocaine-addicted son out of rehab so he can make millions on a job that he's utterly unqualified for.
Come on, man.
Come On Man is perfect. It's the scent that can cover almost any suggestion of fraud.
Come On Man is not certified by the FDA to cure any disease or to make an older male politician attractive to younger women. Come On Man does promise that if you are a sitting senator, your wife can get a mail-in degree and be called Doctor.
All right.
An oldie but a goodie.
An oldie but a goodie. And guess what?
What?
And this is a new story. New photos are out from Area 51, which officially doesn't exist, right? And online alien spitters. It says spitters here, not spotters, but spitters. right here in my copy.
I don't think we need to delve into that anymore. Let's just keep going. Let's just keep going. Keep going.
Think they found a new spaceship parked outside a hangar. Probably just some friendly aliens visiting.
Oh wait, that's my cue, isn't it?
It is your
now. In a second, they're gonna get mean, and they're gonna get ugly somehow. And there's gonna be a million more of them. Hi. Did you guys ever watch the show?
That far and away my favorite clip ever from Galaxy Quest. Did you guys ever even watch the show?
So Twitter user and alien spotter, Ruben Hoffs, spotted the gray blob in the recent satellite image and said it has to be aliens. Now,
and we have a close-up picture of this too. So I have another close-up picture so you can get a little better view of it. If you look right there and here, I can make that a little bigger for you as to what's in the middle of it. Didn't you know it? It had to be.
Elon Musk.
Yeah, it's always Elon. No, but that actually is. Yeah. You can see right there in the middle of the shadow. And he says, that does look like a plane of some sort.
Yeah, but here's the interesting thing that I think that's going on here. And I think that we have finally seen a widespread so Michio Kaku, the physicist who should be called Michio Kaku, as much as he talks.
It's me, Michio Kaku.
Yes. Well, it is. I don't even think he says it is. It is Michio Kaku talking to you. I think he's entirely moved into the third person realm. I don't think he uses personal pronouns anymore. But anyway, Michio Kaku has.
It's the royal me.
Yes, it's the royal Michio. So I was listening to a show for the first time in forever a couple weeks ago. And so he said, hey, Michio, what do you think about aliens? And he said, in 2017, I would have said something differently. But I said, I would say now that the burden of proof to prove that they aren't aliens is entirely in the hands of the federal government.
Wow.
He said the evidence is out. It's clear and convincing. And they're saying it's not the government. So he said, right now, he has to say that the burden of proof, as fantastic as it sounds, is that there are aliens out there, which I think is kind of a number one. It's stunning because I'd heard him for years and years saying there's no aliens. It's a huge amount of proof needed, and now he's seen enough videos to say, the burden of proof is really swapped here.
That is interesting.
Well, I mean, I think it's amazing. I mean, but I've noted before. I mean, we live in this strange time where conspiracy theories and everything are coming true. So, I mean, why not have the UFOs be real and maybe actually from aliens?
Indeed, a great question, and one that I don't know if we'll live to see the answer on, but it's certainly a fascinating one. The missus, your take on this one?
I'm still just stunned by Michio Kaku admitting that there might actually be aliens out there.
Yeah, no. In fact, he indicated that was now his default position.
Wow. Yeah, because you're right. Because in the past, he was really kind of all
you dumbass.
Right.
Yeah, exactly. It was totally that way. Oh, speaking of conspiracy theories, because we have way too many government agents keeping tabs on us these days, some stats nerds at a place called CEU Fast compiled a list of the most depressed cities in the U.S. based on CDC numbers regarding people who have been told they had some kind of depression.
I had a black dog. His name was Depression.
And there are several cities in the U.S. apparently that have the black dog of depression. Would you like to carry on with them, or would you like me to do it?
You go ahead and drive this bus.
All right. Rounding out the top 5, here they are. Huntington, West Virginia, Ashford, Kentucky. They were tied. Number 4, Charleston, West Virginia. Number 3, Knoxville, Tennessee. At number 2, Kingsport, Tennessee. And number 1, the saddest by far the most depressed city in the United States is Billings, Montana.
Does this have to do with the number of Californians moving to those cities?
I don't know, but I really think that that Tennessee and West Virginia should be kind of look at the silver lining of this, because finally they're at the top of some list. Way to go!
Wasn't there one in I don't know, Idaho there?
There was one in Idaho. So inquiring minds want to know, Mark, are Boise and Boise City the same thing?
Yes.
Okay, so Boise City coming in at number 13 on the list.
Wow.
Yeah.
Are you feeling okay, big guy? Are you feeling okay?
It's the sad trombone.
I've always felt okay, but I mean, I have to say I got really depressed after years of having people tell me that I was depressed when I was happy.
So now you're depressed and sad, but you're happy about it?
No, I mean, I was happy, and then people kept on telling me I was depressed, so that made me depressed.
Well, seeing that we got Huntington Ashford, Charleston, West Virginia, and then Knoxville and Kingsport. I mean, you kind of have why?
Tennessee was by far and away the winner on this, because they had another one that was still in the top 10. So they had 3 in the top 10. What is going on down there in Tennessee?
I don't know. Maybe long distance information couldn't get me Memphis, Tennessee.
It's all been bad. It's all been bad since Peyton Manning graduated.
It probably just depends on the number of doctors that want to write out scripts for depression medicine.
There could be a lot to that.
And, well, it is something that will, for right now, forever remain a mystery. Well, I say it will remain a mystery. We can talk about it no longer. Because let's talk about something new, something exciting. Wait, Quizzer Notes, Tennessee, that's the one with the country music? Yes.
Yes.
Country music.
Yes, exactly.
And Kentucky is the one with the moonshine and horses. All right. Need an exciting new career? Are you willing to move to the Netherlands? You'd have to talk like this. Then an Amsterdam clinic, Amsterdam, oh my, that treats phobias might be the place for you. Did I forget to mention the one thing that you need to be able to do? You need to be able to vomit on command. Yep.
Get it all out there. There we go. All right. Continue. We're done. Apparently that really bothered the dogs.
Yes, it did. Amsterdam. So, okay. So the Kint clinics in Amsterdam, they deal with people who have anxiety, phobias, or PTSD. And according to its website, its specialists treat phobias such as fear of heights, aversion to needles, and claustrophobia. That's all real fears. They also help people overcome a fear of vomiting.
I wonder if that means fear of personally vomiting yourself or having someone vomit on you. I have no fear of personally vomiting myself, but I don't think I would enjoy being vomited on.
But what if you're afraid somebody will vomit on you and then make you vomit?
Oh,
that's possible.
I'm not seeing any way this conversation goes in a good direction. So speaking of vomiting,
nope.
We need some of the pink stuff the janitors used to throw on the floor. All right.
Oh God, that stuff smelled terrible.
Speaking of vomiting, we talked about TV shows a couple of weeks ago, and the missus has been hard at work.
I have. I'm doing it for the
Scraping
people.
the bottom of YouTube to find something watchable. And she's found it. Why don't you take over?
It's called Jamieskin, is the name of it. And the premise is that our president has fallen asleep during a meeting and wakes up in a character in the video game Skyrim. So I've got some audio from this for you.
You have audio, but can you put the video clip in there like you did on previously? Just put, just a quick snippet of the.
Well, I can't do it right now.
Okay, well, all right.
I do have a still from it up here.
Okay.
And it's very well done. It's really well done.
It does look like gameplay from the video or video game.
Yeah, it absolutely does. And so here's some audio. This is from the opening scene where, like your character in the game, Joe wakes up on a prison wagon on his way to the chopping block. So here's the audio.
Hey, horse thief. Let's make a break for it. When they call your name, I distract them and you can make a run for it.
All right. I'm trusting you, old man.
You're a truly honorable man, horse thief.
We've only got one shot at this. I know you won't let me down.
You're absolutely right. Only one shot. That's all we got, just that one shot. Or did I get 2 shots? Or was it 3? And what about the booster? Where's that son of a bitch Fauci when you need him?
Now is the time, old man.
Huh?
Go! You're not gonna kill me!
Archer! Oh shit, I forgot about the distraction.
It is really well done. It is really well done.
And it's really funny. And I think that there are, maybe 4 or 5 episodes of it right now where he does kind of the beginning of the video game. And if you want to look for it, it is on Dr. Foxotic's channel. There's his name.
I think
right
did you put a link in the description?
I can do that. I can go back and do that.
Yeah, that would be a good one to put in the description. Oh. Well.
Is it coming to be that time?
It is close. Do you want to do Think Real Fast later or now?
I don't know. Let's kind of finish up with that. I think that's a good way to finish up. We'll end on a little more of a positive note. I hate to be a real Debbie Downer.
Never said that. I've got some stuff on for tonight. All right, it's time once again for Neil Young's famous award.
Oh no, not yet. We have a song before we do that.
Oh, we do.
Yeah. It's Joe Saves the Nation with song. Here it is.
That in America, we're all created equal. That in America, with 3 simple words. We the people. Lies 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 we the people. Donald Trump, MAGA Republicans represent an extremism that threatens the very foundations of our republic. That the Republican Party today is dominated, driven, and intimidated by Donald Trump and the MAGA Republicans. Donald Trump, MAGA Republicans, the threat to this country, The president of Blue America.
Is this mic on?
MAGA Republicans.
Is this mic on?
MAGA Republicans.
Is this mic on?
MAGA Republicans.
Is this mic on?
MAGA Republicans do not respect the Constitution. They do not believe in the rule of law. They do not recognize the will of the people. They refuse to accept the results of a free election. They're working right now, as I speak, in state after state, to give power to decide elections in America to partisans and cronies, empowering election deniers to undermine democracy itself. MAGA forces are determined to take this country backwards. To an America where there is no right to choose, no right to privacy, no right to contraception, no right to marry who you love. They promote authoritarian leaders and they fan the flames of political violence that are a threat to our personal rights. MAGA Republicans. I'm coming for you.
There you go.
That was it. That was interesting. That'll be some cool dance music. But it's time
my
now.
jam.
He actually sounded more coherent in that than his regular speeches.
He can keep a beat. Well, he doesn't forget about the distraction.
Corn Pop must have taught him.
All right. Well, let's bring on Neil Young.
This is Neil Young.
Hey, get that jackass out of here!
And I'm proud to present my braying jackass of the week.
All right. Sleepy Joe wandered out of the confines of his keeper's clutches again this week to regale the electorate with grim tales of just how bad the Republicans are.
Die Arbeit für Richtiges. Ob du glaubst, dass ich fleißig gewesen bin, dass ich...
Oh, wait a second, that's the wrong clip. Sorry.
That's the wrong clip. Here he is talking about how dangerous Republicans are. No, not those Republicans, or the other ones, or something.
Donald Trump and the MAGA Republicans represent an extremism that threatens the very foundations of our republic. Now, I want to be very clear up front. Not every Republican, not even the majority of Republicans are MAGA Republicans.
So he's talking about somebody, but I'm not sure he knows who.
I'm not sure. Well, who else is our other candidate?
Oh, we're not there yet, because he had more to say about the MAGA Republicans, whoever those people might be.
Okay.
And here, in my view, is what is true. MAGA Republicans do not respect the Constitution. They do not believe in the rule of law. They do not recognize the will of the people. They refuse to accept the results of a free election. And they're working right now, as I speak, in state after state, to give power to decide elections in America to partisans and cronies, empowering election deniers to undermine democracy itself. MAGA forces are determined to take this country backwards to an America where there is no right to choose, no right to privacy, no right to contraception, no right to marry who you love. They promote authoritarian leaders and they fan the flames of political violence that are a threat to our personal rights, to the pursuit of justice, to the rule of law, to the very soul of this country.
Those people sound terrible.
Well, I'm shocked that Joe could talk for a minute straight without... Oh, anyway. Shocked that he could talk for a minute straight.
All right, so our other... So that's candidate one for Jackass of the Week. Our other candidate for Jackass of the Week is also... Oh, hey, let me find the picture. Hang on. There it is. It's also Joe Biden, who, the very day after he said all of those things, walked it back and then sort of doubled down on it again. And I'll apologize ahead of time. The audio is not great on this sound clip.
I don't consider any Trump supporter to be a threat to the country. I do think anyone who calls for the use of violence, fails to condemn violence when it's used, refuses to acknowledge when an election has been won, insists upon changing the way in which the rules you count votes. That is a threat to democracy.
Okay.
So there we go.
I wonder what it thinks. Did you have the montage?
Do you want me to play the montage?
Yeah, let's get a think real.
Because the montage is Democrats, and it, we might run afoul of, somebody's rules.
Okay, well, let's not do that.
Okay, all right.
Because
it's not us saying it; it would be the Democrats saying it, which again is probably okay.
Mm-hmm.
And we could probably talk. I could probably talk our way out of that.
All right. Well, let's go a little bit further afield, and ready to do some thinking real fast.
Are we going to pick which one is the Jackass?
Oh yeah, it's almost a foregone conclusion. When do you think, Mark? Early Joe or later Joe?
Later Joe.
See, I gotta go with early Joe. So the missus.
See, I gotta go with later Joe. I mean, if you're gonna bring out the big guns and use the kind of inflammatory language that he's used, you should probably stick by it. And I'll also say this to Dan Henninger in the Wall Street Journal today. The title of his column is Well, if I could find it. Well, it was here. Now it's gone. Oh, it's take Joe Biden's speech seriously, because some people are kind of laughing at the stuff he said. And I kind of tend to be on Dan's side on that, is that when people tell you who they are, you should probably believe them.
Mm-hmm.
And so I kind of...
I would not, I mean, notwithstanding his doing a little bit of a walk back, he immediately doubled down.
Right. He did. So I'm with you on that, Mark. I think it's older
That's the
Joe.
main reason why that's the main reason I'm voting for the late one.
Me too. I'm with you. So late Joe Biden. Maybe I shouldn't use that term. The older Joe Biden. Or is he younger? I'm not sure. Anyway, the second guy there, he's our winner tonight. And this has been Neil Young's Braying Jackass of the Week.
All right. I'm going to start with one that's a little more complicated. It's not horribly more complicated, but it's still just slightly more complicated because a new study shows an alarming link between being a conspiracy theorist and not having myocarditis. It's amazing.
That's shocking.
Yep. But on 21st August 2022, from the New Zealand Herald, fit and healthy Kiwis dying unexpectedly from mysterious adult condition. No one can really sort this one out. Let me continue a little further. Djokovic declared U.S. Open champion by default after all the other players die of heart attacks. Shaking the duvet too vigorously while making your bed can increase your chances of heart attack. Scientists warn.
No more surprise parties for you, Grandma.
Yes, no more surprise party there. And a cardiologist says she's seeing a rise in 20-somethings with heart arrhythmia caused by, quote, right, spins wheel, herbal supplements. It's
That's
herbs
probably
and spices.
Speaking of which, did you hear that Justin Bieber, who had a little bit of face paralysis, and his wife, who suffered a stroke, both young people in their 20s, Bieber has just canceled his world tour.
Yes, indeed. I saw his face, and now I'm a believer.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Have you seen the stories about the embalmers finding weird clots?
Yes, like the fibrous clots and stuff. Yeah.
But again, we got to note that depression worsened during pandemic, boosting heart disease, and cannabis use disorder might be linked to a growing number of heart attacks. Physical activity may increase heart attack risk, study suggests, and rise in heart attacks attributed to pandemic stress and poor diet. So look at all of these things that are going together that are causing, let's see, exercise, lack of exercise, sleep, exercise, but only the wrong time of exercise, stress causing heart attacks, drugs causing heart attacks, rock and roll, questioning the government causing heart attacks, racism causing heart attacks, long airline flights causing heart attacks, bodybuilding supplements causing heart attacks, meat except for bug meat causing heart attacks, vegetables causing heart attacks, fruit causing heart attacks, alcohol causing heart attacks, driving a gray 2004 Honda Accord with a slight rust around the rear driver's side wheel well causing heart attacks, climate change causing heart attacks, and now herbal supplements.
Wow. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Thank goodness we have qualified doctors telling us all this stuff. Thank God, we should totally be listening to them. Unimpeachable, their qualifications.
Let's see. University student dies of joy after hearing it passed his exam with flying colors. Dying of joy.
Was that in China?
No, it was not. It was in. Let's see. Anyway, so now you have it. All of these things that are causing this epidemic of heart attacks. Any commentary on that, Mark?
Oh, I don't want to say anything because I might have a heart attack.
Well, statistically, well, I'm not even going to go there.
You
All
better
right,
just be safe than sorry, right?
That's right.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
So, in Memphis, apparently right now, as near as I can tell, there is an active shooter that is just wandering around killing people.
It's probably one of those really depressed people.
Yep. Yep. So maybe that's why you stayed back from Tennessee. Kiwi Farms. Have either of you heard of Kiwi Farms? And this has nothing to do with the fruit or being New Zealand.
Well, those were my two go-tos right there. So,
Mark,
no, I haven't heard of it. No.
Okay, so Kiwi Farms is a rather bizarre online place. They have been criticized for hosting hate speech, conspiracy theories, and also they have been noted for doxing folks that are transsexual. Anyway, I'll note that they have been pulled offline. And by pulled offline, that means their all of their distributed denial of service attack and hosting has been pulled. So it's only happened to 3 major websites. Kiwi Farm says they try and do everything legally within the United States, but yet they are now victims of violating no laws, but they've been pulled offline because of their speech. So there's something there.
Well, kind of along those lines, speaking of which, have you heard about country singer Jason Aldean being fired from by his PR firm? So he is arguably one of the most famous country singers on the planet, right? Mm-hmm. So they fired him, and they aren't saying this is why they fired him, but these two things happened at the same time, and like Dr. House, I don't believe in coincidences. His wife made some tweets on the Twitter space that people called transphobic. And now his PR firm has fired him. Would you like to hear what his wife said? It's terrible. Mm-hmm. You will be shocked.
Okay.
So I want you to steel yourself for it right now. If you have children in the room, cover their ears. It's awful. Here's what she said. I'd really like to thank my parents for not changing my gender when I went through my tomboy phase. I love this girly life. That's it. That's what she said.
Wow. That is just
unbelievable, isn't it?
Such narcissism.
The amount of hate in that. I mean, why didn't her parents have her undergo life-altering surgery? Oh, and by the way, her husband responded to that tweet along the lines of, I'm pretty glad that worked out that way too, because I don't think our relationship would have worked out.
Oh, my. All right, I got one more.
Okay.
Sometimes there's a chart that just blows your hair back. This is from Sentiment Trader. In 22 years of doing this, none's done it like this one. Last week, institutional traders bought $8.1 billion worth of put options. That means I can buy an option to sell something at a higher price. They bought less than 1 billion of calls. This is 3 times more extreme than 2008. So what we're seeing right now is that the market is ready for a fall. You're ready to panic. And
I thought it had kind of been in free fall until it was up today. I saw something about it.
It's been up and down. It went down because they know that there's going to be a rise in interest rates, which causes it to go down.
Rise in interest rates. I'm 12. I know. Right. I'm sorry. Okay. Sorry, not sorry. I have another story. Would you like? Or, I'm sorry. I thought you were done. That's what she said.
I have one more, but carry on.
Oh, I was just going to say that I heard this story today. California Governor Gavin Newsom, right, who has been, the Nurse Ratched of the COVID lockdowns, having kept California locked down for really solidly for about a year. Well, right at the beginning in March, at the beginning of 2020, of the COVID pandemic, his in-laws, his wife's parents, moved to Florida from California.
Dun, dun, dun. I'm sure you're doing a great job, son, but we're out of here.
Look how free they are in Florida. They aren't even wearing masks. We got to get out of here. This sucks. See, at Christmas time, you won't have to wear a mask when you're here.
Mm-hmm. And,
who are we kidding? He's a Democrat governor. He never wore a mask in the first place, only when he was on camera.
That would be correct. Like Quizzer noted, heart attacks also cause heart attacks.
Little known fact.
All right, since we're talking about the third rail tonight, did you hear that Jeff Bezos put together a new TV show?
I have heard that.
Indeed, it is an adaptation or confabulation or just something they just made up that dealt with Lord of the Rings. And the critics every critic that I have seen that I trust has said it's just awful. It's just awful. Now, I'm going to take an editorial we on this one. But we here at Bombs and Bants and Wednesday Rants do not suggest that you watch this because that will just encourage them to make more things like this. So no hate watching. No hate watching.
Well, the funny thing about this, right, is what Jeff Bezos' son said to him when he decided to do this. And what his son said to him is, Dad, don't F this up.
And he did.
Yeah, and he did. One job, Jeff, one job.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I will put in my own plug for it though. If you are having trouble getting to sleep some night, then you might want to watch it.
That bad, huh? Did you watch it?
I watched the first episode. I haven't watched the second because I got to the end of the first episode and frankly didn't care if I ever saw another minute of it. I mean, it was so lackluster and unengaging.
That was the big complaint that I had heard about it too, is that it was very slow paced and you just didn't connect with any of the characters. Yeah, who cares, right?
Yeah, the description I heard was, 20 minutes into The Lord of the Rings, you knew a lot about the characters and cared about them. Here, you just wanted them all to die. And I've heard that the actress playing the lead, Mary Sue, is just awful. Just awful.
Oh, the very beginning with her was like a long cut scene from Assassin's Creed with her being, climbing this impossible wall with nothing but a dagger. And anyway, it's awful writing and slow and ponderous, and there's nothing to recommend it other than they do have some really good visuals. I guess they got their money's worth on computer graphics.
And all I can say about that is those characters just must have amazing grip strength. Could you imagine shaking hands with them? They would just crush your tiny little bones. Yeah.
Well, no, I mean you can tell it because she just single-handedly chops down this troll that's I don't know, 20 feet tall. So,
but there you
just
have
incredible. There you have it.
Well, on that,
that was the most exciting part of the entire show. That first episode. And that was near the beginning. So literally, you had one little bit of really stupid action, and then it was just yawn for the rest.
See, can I say I just kind of always felt that way about that Sylvester Stallone movie Cliffhanger?
No,
because it was an okay movie, but it had that tremendous opening scene where they're hanging by a thread, on the rope, and he has to decide whether or not to cut the rope. And I mean, okay, my fear of heights that that's triggered just by watching movies. I mean, my palms were sweating watching that. And literally after that scene, I was just like, well, I don't care what happens to the rest of the movie. I think I'll just take a nap now.
Well, on this one though, I mean, you didn't even care. I mean, it was obvious that she was going to to make it to the top. There was never any. I mean, there was never any doubts.
Scampered up it like a mountain goat, did she?
She was just yeah. She was just zip it to the top, and then when they met some monsters, you knew she was just going to kill them right off the bat because she's a Mary Sue, and sure enough, she did. Flip through the air like Yoda on meth, and that was the end of it. There was no tension or anything. It was just like a really badly written
fan fiction.
Fan fiction, yeah.
Yeah.
That's the word.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm give you that last word, Mark. And on that note, I'd like to thank everyone for joining us here at Bombs, Bants, and Wednesday Rants. As always, we are here watching television so you don't have to.
For you, the people.
As always, I'm your humble host, Sean.
I'm Mark.
And I'm the missus.
And someone should say something during this part. I think it should be you.
Democracy!
Our democracy! Y'all come back now, you hear?